So, guys, let's talk about this Chris Chan incident. For people who probably already heard by now, Chris Chan is a quote unquote transgender woman who who admitted on to the police that he ended up raping his 80-year-old mother with dementia. He apparently this guy was a known streamer, a gamer, all that stuff. People say pronounce him by his proper pronouns, which is woman. Which how can he be that? We just raped your 80-year-old mother with dementia. First of all, burn in hell for doing that shit, because that is the most sickest shit anybody can do. Burn in hell, dog. Okay, when I heard about all this, I was like, okay, so, you know, this might not go anywhere. This whole gender roles thing, and even if he is guilty, he might end up in a woman's prison, which it might end up happening apparently in California. So let me go ahead and read y'all this article from the Post Millennial. Chris Chan admits to raping mother, set to be placed in women's prison. Flash forward to 2021. Chris was recently arrested for admitting to raping his 80-year-old mother who has dementia. Chan was filed as a woman by the police. There's a photo right there. That's a full blown man. That right there. That's a full blown man. I don't get this whole gender identity politics thing. It is so toxic nowadays. It is really toxic. Here's the thing: if you want to identify as a woman, that's something that you have to deal with. Okay, nobody has to respect your wishes, and you can't enforce people to just say, call me by my proper pronouns when these people don't know you. They don't know who you are. Like this sick ass joke right here. People telling people to call him out by his proper pronouns when this son of a bitch raped his freaking mother, 80-year-old mother with dementia. Let's go and read this article. Update: Chan was placed in the male facility after public backlash. I was wrong. I was wrong right there, people. He ended up getting placed in the male's prison, and guess what? It's not gonna look good, dog. The original story follows. Chris Chan is an online creator who is often referred to as the most documented person on the internet. The list of their antics, drama, criminal behavior, and disturbing posts is far too extensive to even scratch the surface of in this article. While often referred to as a transgender internet personality due to their own self-described motive of getting more girls as a lesbian, kill yourself. Chris has managed to maintain the internet's watchful eye for over a decade. There currently exists a 60-part documentary about Chan's life on YouTube called Chris Chan, a comprehensive story. Flash forward to 2021, Chris was recently arrested for admitting on tape to raping his 80-year-old mother who has dementia. The 8-minute audio was leaked to the website Kiwi Farms on Friday and spread across the internet like wildfire. In Virginia, engaging in incest with a mother or father is a Class 5 felony, which means some years in prison. When the mugshot and booking information was released to the public, people took notice that despite being a fully intact biological male who just potentially raped his mother, Chris was filed as a female by the police because they ain't want to get involved with this whole gender policy, this whole gender role policies thing, because that's what it is. It's all politics now. Everything is politics now. Christine Weston Chandler, that dude is a full blown man, age 39, gender male, race white. This could mean that Chris will be placed in women's prison, which very obviously has disastrous implications for fellow inmates. For full context and information on the story and Chris Chan's answers, watch my new YouTube video. But no, I ain't gonna be doing that. So, the update story is that Chris Chan will be placed in the male facility, and apparently some I think some trans activists are outraged about this. I don't know why, when this dude literally penetrated his own damn mother with dementia. Defend this guy. I dare you. I double dare you. Defend this sick motherfucker. So let's go ahead and head over to Twitter real quick and see what's going on with the Tucker Carlson segment and his guest that wanted to talk about this. Eon Miles Cheong, again from the Post Millennial. Let's go and take a watch at that.
A YouTube personality called Chris Chan has just been arrested in Virginia on, of all things, incest charges. Authorities say Chan was having sex with his 79-year-old mother who has dementia. Chris Chan is a biological man, but he identifies as a woman. Reportedly, Virginia authorities initially went along with that. They classified Chris Chan as a female, and that means Chris Chan, who is an accused sex criminal, would have been housed in a women's jail. We understand that decision has been reversed, likely due to public pressure. It became public, unfortunately, for the state of Virginia, and Chan is now being considered a man by the jail. But this is not an isolated incident. Many prisons in this country do house biological men with women. This is something we predicted, many predicted, and were laughed at. Kara Dansky is one of the people who predicted this. She's the president of the U.S. chapter of the Women's Human Rights Campaign, and she joins us tonight. Kara, thanks so much for coming on.
A woman who's actually fighting for women's rights. God, you can barely find any of those nowadays, people. You really can't.
I remember very vividly when you said on our air, if we don't put the brakes on this, we're going to get men housed in women's prisons, and you were called hysterical or silly or whatever. Now you're actually seeing it happen. What's your reaction to it?
Absolutely. We know for a fact that California passed SB 132 last year. It went into effect in January of this year. We see approximately 300 applications from male prisoners to be housed in a women's prison in California. We approximate that 20 of them have been granted. There are 20 men being housed in women's prisons in California now, as far as we know.
This is what happens when identity politics comes to picture. You would have full-blown men in women's prison.
We suspect that none of the applications has been denied. We also know that in Washington state, approximately 9 male convicted felons are being housed in a women's prison. One of those men has been convicted of multiple murders of women, and another one of those men has been convicted of raping a 12-year-old girl. We know.
And they let him in a women's prison. This whole identity politics thing needs to die.
That in states all over this country, there are various policies or actual statutory laws on the books that allow for this, in fact, mandate it.
I mean, I'm not in the habit of, carrying the banner for prison inmates, but this is cruel and unusual. And even if you've been convicted of a crime as a woman, you have an expectation that you're not going to be raped in jail. I mean, has anyone brought this to court? It's so over the top, outrageous.
A couple things. One is, yes, these women are being held under absolutely torturous conditions, and there's some reporting coming out that are saying these women are absolutely terrified. It has also been preliminarily reported that one woman in a California prison has been pregnant, and that the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation is distributing condoms. Now, what this tells to me is not only that do California prison officials understand and anticipate that these men will be raping these women, they also understand that these people being transferred to women's prisons are not women, they are men. It completely uncovers the lie that, quote unquote, trans women are men, or trans women are women, and California prison officials know that.
Bruh. What the fuck? Somebody. Anybody. Please defend this. I dare anybody to defend this right now. These county jails are distributing condoms to transgender prisoners because they know they might end up impregnating some women. Defend this. I dare you. Let's continue.
Well, sure. If everyone in the prison was female, you probably wouldn't be distributing condoms at taxpayer expense.
The reason that they are doing this is because, yes, exactly. If these prisoners being transferred were women, pregnancy would not be a concern. This should be obvious to everyone. But the problem is that most people in America have no idea that this is going on.
Is there anybody, and I think there's so many issues, who can stop this, who can, and again, I just want to say, I don't care if you're in prison as a woman,
Sure.
you don't have to face, this is torture, and you shouldn't be subjected to it. Is there anyone who can stop this?
It absolutely could go to court, and I should also note it is in blatant violation of international norms that require the separation of prisoners by sex. It's also worth noting the vast majority of women in prison have not committed a violent offense, and women tend to be housed under lower security restrictions than men do. So what this is going to mean is that either when men get transferred to women's prisons, they will be held under conditions that are of lower security than they ordinarily would, or
being there like 40 minutes.
Or officials are going to have to increase security in women's prisons.
Right, and women are held with more lax security because they're far less prone to commit sex crimes until you put men into the female population. This is truly insane, and you called it really, really early, and I remember the derision you faced for saying that, and you've been proven right, unfortunately. Kara Dansky, thank you.
Thank you.
Defend this. Defend this. I dare you. I double dare you. Defend this. Alright, I'm about to end it right here, man. If you guys like what I'm saying, like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I will see y'all next one. Peace.